Most DCS content makers post highlight reels of their best dogfights and sorties. It's an understandable choice, but in general, tend to learn more from the less glamorous sorties that we play in this game. To learn the most, we need to examine not just the ego boosting victories, but soul searing, ego crushing near misses and errors. It's in that spirit that I present the following sortie in all its glory with pitfalls. Hopefully, by sharing this, we all, myself included, can share knowledge and improve. Masters of those wonderful F-4E. If that journey is up your alley, stay tuned. We start in setting the gun, disabling the roll stability augmentation or roll SAS system. Opponent today will be an F-86 Sabre, which is a handful in a visual fight against just about anything in this game, including fourth generation fighters, category of technology and capability, which our dirty and fast F-4E is not. Let's see how we can do, shall we? Full afterburner, as much speed as we can in preparation for our opening move in this jet. Set up the scenario here so we have realistic weather over the Nevada test and training range on this day. Includes clouds at about 25,000 feet.
Turn point is updated.
Whereas in real life, clearance of visibility unlimited is not always the case. We also have a bingo fuel that we'll get to shortly. Climbing up, making our opening vertical maneuver. Don't have sight of the F-86 yet. Drawing the informed assumption that he's probably down there behind me someplace. Nose up here, keep our eyes peeled for that F-86. Level off the Phantom 2 here as we take a look at things. Oh look, 9 o'clock. Check that out. Let's go say hello, shall we? Pretty standard F4 energy fighting here. All we have to do is roll the jet a little bit, maintaining full afterburner so we can keep our altitude as long as we can. And just gently roll the jet on behind that F-86. Now we get to start having some fun here. Obviously an F-86 can outturn an F-4 just about in any regime, but it doesn't matter because we have two big J79 engines and by gods we're gonna freaking use them. Full afterburner, come on up here. Not gonna try to outturn them. It's impossible. We're gonna use power and gravity here. Bring the F-4E right on up there. Some good old-fashioned classic apple pie energy BFM here. And start that turn. Back to the clouds. Jester says he's off at the 11 o'clock, but all I see are the dim hopes of a red star being painted on my jet, flying off into the mist. Start doing some clearing turns here. See if maybe I can pick them up at my 6. No joy there. No joy to be found there either. It is time for plan B, folks. Get this way, unload a little bit, go to the door and get some energy back, shall we? Always good to fight this jet with some energy. Fighting an F4 that has no energy is a bit like going to the club without a condom. Bad preparation. Even if you win, still not a smooth show, is it? So start doing some clearing turns while we gain some airspeed. Left turn. Clearing turn well shortly. It's amazing how just changing the dynamic a bit, adding a realistic bingo fuel level, having to fight about 150 miles away from home, which today would be Harry Reid International. It changes things. You have some clouds, realistic fuel setting, needing to return to base. Really limits your options versus the classic clear air, visibility unlimited, limited fuel, infinite time, airfield's just over around the corner type dogfight. Kind of the clue of what my intentions are here. In the spirit of sportsmanship, have the AWACS help us here and give us a vector on, if not vector, but give us a clue on what the bandit is, because we're going to execute a high-speed pass and leverage the benefits of the APQ-120 Sparrow fire control system. Knock them out of the sky with a $500,000 hunk of American-designed high-explosive ingenuity. Is it fair? Absolutely not. Yeah, it'd be the case of saying at the Officers Club in the land, right? We're going to extend here, put some more power here, climb up. Nice flying a jet that's got all this power. Obviously, in the horizontal, the F-4 can't turn for squat, but the good thing is if you understand energy BFM well, you don't need to. It's something that the F-4E kind of brings to DCS and the other aircraft. Really, you can use energy tactics in any situation and in any aircraft, but in the F-4 they're especially beneficial. So that's something that probably demonstrate in some later videos, right? So right now I'm setting the radar to 25 nautical miles, narrow scan, feeling the mountains and the part of things. We're going to need every miserable electron we can to come back and hold the rock on that F-86. For those of you who have ever seen an F-86 in person, that jet is it's smaller than that F-4. I would say it's probably smaller than some new campers, and that matters when you have a pulse radar like this one. So I'm going to hit back in. Once again, go back to the energy store, get some mash in the jet, and return back in here. Got to start looking at my fuel now, because even though I've been varying my afterburner usage, I haven't been a full afterburner this whole time. If I would, this fight would have been over a while ago. But even using minimum afterburner, it's very easy to run this jet low on gas, especially at low altitude. So coincidentally, low altitude is also when this jet turns best. So having a bingo really puts a cramp on your style. Really get some insight into what some of those drivers in Vietnam had to work with. They had those Air Force F-4 flyers. They had a 700-mile one-way commute from Thailand to Hanoi, and then 700 miles back. Obviously, they had tankers, but yeah, fuel range matters. And you can probably see I turned back way too quick, because now I just blew through. The F-86 is now somewhere over there. And by over there, I mean somewhere that I don't want him to be. So, once again extending, once again checking my fuel. Play that game of getting as much speed as I can without running the tanks too low to where I end up walking home. Going back without your jet is not a way to make friends and influence people at the crew chief office, right? I don't know the rank of the crew chief of this jet, but they'd appreciate it if I brought it back in the condition in which it was launched. So again, going back to the vertical here. Going back upstairs. So horizontal turns and F4s don't really matter. Using energy turns it's a different way of BFM, but it is fun. I think it's a lot more fun than just pulling the stick to your gut and putting the trust in the G limiter and the computer. Let me know what you all think. Is it more fun to fly an analog jet like this than like an F-18, F-16? did a barrel lock and pull the trigger right away. Then I realized in the same instant that this was all a gigantic waste of time because the jester clearly locked the ground. And you can tell that because in the display, the range bars aren't really moving in the way that you would expect if an aircraft was locked. Further, as many of you may well be running to the comment section to tell me, there is a 5-second countdown, 4 seconds, but five for safety, that you have to build in when you get a radar lock, because unless you are in bore sight mode, the missile will need that much time for the telemetry to download from the APQ-120 and the fire control system to the Sparrow, which means if you pull the trigger before then, like I just did, you just lit $500,000 on fire, literally. So, yeah, that shot was not going to happen, even if it was a valid lock on the F-86, and it wasn't, because happens. So, what happens when you use a radar designed for use over clear ocean water interceptor scenarios against a lighter side target over the mountains? So, since we are definitely knock on the door, bingo fuel, set the flats in here, set some switches, turn on the autopilot shortly, and get this jet ready for long endurance cruise. If you put the flats in at higher altitude, you can actually get some pretty good relative fuel economy out of this jet. Comes in handy at times like these. So, lessons learned: one, weather matters. Weather matters a lot. The gas gauge is the final arbiter of your air-to-air dogfight. So, yeah, lessons learned there. Get some really good insight into what those folks in Vietnam and other places have to work with in this jet. So, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw here, put a comment in the comment section and leave a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.